Blessings, everybody out there in the universe. My name is Sean Myrie, and I'm your host of the Down to Earth podcast. This episode is The Weeknd versus Drake, the battle of the six. Want to know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the so-called beef, what everybody's talking about for the last couple weeks, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, which is a smokescreen, right? It's making a lot of money, but let's bring it back how this started with Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick and the association with The Weeknd. Weeknd really flexing with certain people that's involved in this whole, fiasco so-called beef, right? We all know the history between Drake and The Weeknd. Back in the days, right? A good amount of years ago, right? The Weeknd was gonna be, or Drake wanted to sign The Weeknd. Drake's been out since 2006, right? But when The Weeknd came out, about 2011 or so, Drake found the interest to put out an offer to sign The Weeknd, right? Because Drake was already, getting hot already. So The Weeknd, I guess he declined and he signed to Republic. And ever since those times, it's been kind of funny between them two. They done a couple songs together, right? They done a lot together. They're both from Toronto. I know that The Weeknd's from East Toronto and Drake is from West Toronto. And they both have a lot of respect from their hometown. And throughout the years, Drake, he's been with Cash Money. He got worldwide big, his story, internationally known. And then The Weeknd also, coming in back of Drake, coming after Drake, became a star, his own star, with his own label, XO. Drake has OVO, and he came with his label, XO. And now he's as big as Drake or almost as big as Drake. Drake is very commercial, but The Weeknd, don't sleep on The Weeknd. He's internationally known. He's very big. He has broken charts, Billboard. He's right up there, going right next to Drake. So what is the real beef behind, what is the real beef? Is it Kendrick Lamar and Drake really? Or is it The Weeknd? Rumor is that what Drake likes to do, this is his habits. Whoever's supposed to be his friend, right? If they have a girl and he's attracted to it, he will go after it. And he has. So there's rumor, I don't know if it's true, that Drake slept with The Weeknd's girlfriend, I guess one of his ex way back, slept with a girl he was dealing with. So from those times, probably maybe some funniness from that situation, Drake sleeping with Weeknd's, one of his girlfriend at the time, right? Weeknd did not sign to OVO. He started his own thing, got big in America, right? And platinum, diamond artists, traveling all around the world, just like Drake. Drake's very big, you already know his resume, but The Weeknd from Toronto to 6 became big as a star, like a star. Now, I could go back and forth from the past to the future, but now the present, Weeknd and Drake, is throughout this beef with Kendrick Lamar, what they put out there. We always mention, I have mentioned, where was the support for Drake from his hometown? Where was the support? You notice there was really zero support, right? But everybody always associates Toronto with Drake. Not too much support out there in the industry, especially your hometown people. But now, recent stories, Weeknd's co-manager, I guess, who co-runs XO, his bodyguard was shot in California a couple weeks ago. He was shot at Abel Tesfafe's manager's house. A security guard was shot there, right? He survived, but I'm not saying it's Drake, but that was in LA, because just recently something happened like that at Drake's place too, in Toronto. There was a shooting, a drive-by shooting, and the security got shot too. And after 2 other attempts of, probably copycats going to Drake's estate in Toronto. People thought it was this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef that's doing all of this stuff. But meanwhile, there's a real beef. You get what I mean? The Weeknd and Drake, I don't think they like each other. Like compared to Kendrick Lamar and Drake, Weeknd probably really does not like Drake. Weeknd's a real quiet person, really quiet, right? He looks more private. He's more private. You don't even know when he's in the 6, if he's even in Toronto, right? So what's this all about? Woman. It's all about a woman, power and money. Who got more money and who got more power, right? And it's about women. That's what it's about. What else it is? Now people think it's all about this whole hip hop type of battle, but the Weeknd is really like a puppeteer behind a lot of this stuff. He's cool with all the people who are not cool with Drake, or a lot of people who are not cool with Drake. The Weeknd is cool with. Coincidence, he's from the same city as Drake. And at one time they were cool. Drake came out with a track called Push-Ups, dissing Weeknd. And I think he put him in the Family Matters track too. A couple tracks, subliminal. But we know Push-Ups for a fact. He had Weeknd's name in that track. So he dissed the Weeknd. The same guy who's from the same city. Why did he diss Weeknd? Anybody really questioning that? Why did Drake diss the Weeknd? And I'm only guessing because he's with he associates with Future, Metro Boomin, and stuff like that. I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true, from DJ Academics news that the XO manages Future and Metro Boomin. His name is Cash, and that's Weeknd's manager. His name Cash. So they have something in common. And Drake knows that. You see what I'm saying? The battle of the 6. The local people are people from Toronto. Who do you pick? Which side are you gonna pick now? Because the Weeknd is very big, very influential. Like Drake. Or not exactly like Drake, but he does have that crowd too. He got a big support system. Now it's the battle of the 6. Who will get the most respect from Toronto people? Who, better yet, in Canada, who will get the most respect, Drake or the Weeknd right now? Drake went into a battle and he showed himself a little bit too much, my opinion, right? He responded to everything Kendrick put out. And now Kendrick is winning, especially in the public opinion. So this whole beef with the Kendrick, this whole rap beef and these personal things coming up, really gotta ask yourself something, because he's talking about a mole in Drake's camp. Who's the mole? If Weeknd is from Toronto, it's not hard to get a mole. They probably know, they have mutual friends, right? And Weeknd is not too fond of Drake. So they could easily put a mole or set a mole up. Someone who's loyal to to the Weeknd, right? And the Weeknd is loyal to Drake's enemies. And after the Weeknd, that's how it's connected. So this is gonna have to be a part two, because this is like the war in the six has just begun. People are just digging up all of this stuff that Drake been going after other artists, ladies, and Weeknd's one of the victims of that. The Weeknd. Imagine now the Weeknd is a very big, world-renowned pop star, and now he's more confident to respond to Drake. This is the story no one's really talking about. Everybody's talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Right? All I'm saying is a coincidence that Drake's bodyguard got shot the same way as the Weeknd's manager's bodyguard. You get what I'm saying? So, this battle shall continue. It's the battle of the six. Some people may say it's the battle of pop music, right? Pop commercial music, because they're both pop and commercial. But this goes deeper because they're both hometown brothers from Toronto, the same city. They got history together. We shall see. We shall see what comes about in this whole saga, this whole episode. Right? Very controversial. But, it's very, it's kind of messy, man, because there's investigations going on for those shootings. And you get what I mean? There's investigations going on. People are listening to lyrics. They're watching everything, even though you can't prosecute off of lyrics, but they're watching everything, right? So we shall continue with this, the battle of the six, Weeknd versus Drake, right? In Toronto to the universe. Is it good for the culture? No, especially for Toronto. You guys gotta fix this up. Fix it up, man. It don't look good. Blessings to everybody. Please subscribe.